Hello darlings, we again have a lot to cover and it's incredibly important. So much, I'm not sure where to begin, but I think we're going to begin with the video of Masha 1234 Golf. It's a short video, but she is picking up on something very important, so we're going to go through her video and I'm going to show you what's going on. And we're right in it right now. So let's begin.
This age of Aquarius, because of the long count going that way. But what we actually need to look at, if we look at the Zodiac, we've been in this Christ sign here under Jupiter for the last 2,000 years. Why? Because the sun is reborn here. Not here, not here, not here, not here.
Okay. No, not cinema, where I want to just make it big screen. Okay. So, here we have the wheel. What's happening is we have the solstice and we have the equinox. And we are ending a 26,000 year cycle. So in the beginning, God created Aquarius heaven and Capricorn earth, and that was the top of the wheel. That was the solstice at the beginning of this wheel. Now we're at the end of the wheel, so the new solstice of the wheel has been, for this past 2,200 years, it's been a double Jupiter, because Sagittarius was the number 10. It was the solstice. The solstice is always the 10th house. So we're coming out of Sagittarius as the 10th house, ruled by Jupiter, and Pisces was the equinox opposite Virgo. We were on the mutable cross, as you know. So we had Sagittarius as the top of the solstice. We had Gemini as the bottom of the solstice, we had Pisces as the west door in, and we had Virgo as the east door out. And that is the Skull and Bones cross. And as I showed you in previous videos and all the Freemason lodges, they only ever give you the 3. So the 3 they never give you the 4th, they never give you the 4th spin. So we were given 3, 6, 9, because we are told this is the 3rd house, the 6th house, and the 9th house Sagittarius. And this is really the last door now, this year, before we end the wheel. So with this new changeover, so now they've given us 13 signs. So what Masha is picking up on is saying that we're coming onto the ScOrpiO as being the new solstice, but in fact we've got this 13th sign, and the 13th sign, Ophiuchus, I'm still pronouncing wrong, I'm sorry, is the trap, which is what I've been saying for this past year. But what Masha is picking up on, that it's going to be the new number 10, it's the Joker. It's the new 10 Downing Street, this 13th sign. So this is what I'm going to be showing you. So that means that Pisces, ruled by Jupiter, was the past solstice. And we had Pisces on the equinox, also ruled by Jupiter. And when this shift comes, we're going to go on to this 13th sign. It's going to take up, this is the trap. This is the trap. Here we go. Here we have him in the circle of the lotus flower, which I'm going to be taking you through, of the Fibonacci. This is all the New Age Buddha orange trap. Trapped in this 13th, in the Zodiac, in the zoo, in Sodom and Gomorrah. So this is where we choose to go in this next period we're going through is, do we get stuck here or do we escape the wheel? We escape the wheel completely because there will be no need for the sun and the moon. There's a choice at the moment to either remain in the flesh or to return to the spirit. And this is what we're living right now. Okay, come back to Masha's video. So the other thing I'm going to be taking you through is that Scorpio was once one sign with Libra. And so Alpha, Omega, Aries, Libra, Aries ruled by Mars, Libra ruled by Venus. When we go on to this new solstice that is meant to be Scorpio Taurus, well, that would have been, before these were shifted, it would have been again Libra at the top of the wheel. That's why, you know, Libra was made masculine and Taurus was made feminine. So Venus became masculine, and they know now that Scorpio is coming up to the top. And this is how Venus is depicted with the 5-pointed star, which is the top of the Baphomet. Basically, this Ophiuchus is the Baphomet for those who remain in the flesh. So Libra is ruled by Venus and Aries by Mars, but the same solstice, the solstice that we're going on to now, Scorpio opposite Taurus, are the same rulers. Mars rules Scorpio and Taurus rules Venus. So we're going to have, for this fixed cross solstice, which they're cheating whenever, you know, by the time we get to Scorpio, it's death, regeneration, it's a new wheel, it's a new beginning. But we've got this period, this short period of time, where Ophiuchus, this 13th sign, is going to become their fake king, the Baphomet, which is, you know, probably to mark the period of years it's going to take for people to come to this death and transmutation and beginning again of the Alpha Omega. So this is what I'm going to be taking you through. Anyway, let's listen to Masha a little bit more. Yeah, computer's blocking again, sorry.
The year starts here. The solar year starts here. It doesn't start here in March. They fixed it here. We're actually sort of at the end of that, right? But the beginning of the year is here, which is why you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. August, October, 8, Nuevo, 9, ninth sign, September, October, right, the 10th sign, the 11th sign, and the 12th sign, because the year begins with the new sun. That's why the Rams made such a mess of this. With the insertion, what is it, July or something? The count is different. I was watching Victoria Cotton, her video.
Okay, so this is why 9/11 is 7/11, because this orange month of Scorpio, fall, is the 11th month. It's the 11th month, and because we've been on the solstice of Sagittarius, so 1, 2, 3, that was the equinox, Pisces, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is going to be the new Scorpion king, but there's going to be this imposter. See, Scorpion is feminine. And Scorpio rules the sex organs. And this is about Mars. This, you know, but Mars is barren land. If the energy, the masculine Mars, life on Mars, takes over, as has been done with Libra Omega, heralding Libra as feminine Venus, and making Taurus, the feminine, into the masculine bull. So, and also, that's how come the ram and the bull, the alpha omega, the Taurus bulls is the A. It's just the A is the head of the bull. So it's this is why, because when this was the 9th house, Taurus became the 1st house. So Taurus and Scorpio have always been playing the role of this fake west way, east way, the wicked witch of the east, you see. You see, Ophiuchus is on the snake. It's sitting on the snake. As we look at how did Ophiuchus, that's how you pronounce it, Ophiuchus become the 13th sign. Well, you see, this is Taurus. This is Saint Martin. This is the yellow and the reds of Aquarius and Leo, which is going to become the new west way, east way, because Aquarius is going to become the west door in, and Leo, yellow, fire, is going to become the west way. And this is signifying that they're not going to let Scorpio, the snake, because don't forget, this is what I'm going to be taking you through. I've got all the pictures. The snake used to be an eagle flying, carrying the snake. Scorpio used to be an eagle, the eagles. It's not for nothing that the eagles were kissing the kiss of death at the Bataclan, which is orange, in the orange department of Paris, which is the 11th district, 11, Scorpio. You know, that was the beginning of Charlotte's Web, Lot's wife, Charlie. It was Charlie Hebdo. So this signifies that Taurus is going to become the new south, Scorpio the new north, Aquarius the new west, and Leo the new east, because we're going on to this fixed cross. But they've got us so that we fall not onto Scorpio. That's what this represents, of him sitting on the snake. So the eagle, we lost the wisdom when the sun fell in Libra. The eagle dropped the snake, and they became the cobra gypsies of the dust, from dust to gold. So this is also in South America. You always have the serpent, the dragon, flying in the air. That was the eagle carrying the snake. Scorpio and Libra was one sign. So this west way, they want to keep now. They don't want the feminine aspect of Scorpio, which represents the sexual organs. It represents the womb. It's the birth and death portal. This is the Free Martins. This is the twinning of Romanus and Remus that became the king on the 1111. I showed that in the last video, that he was Mercury. The new twins were crowned to take over our DNA. So coming back, I'm going to be taking you to the Scorpio King. Let's go back to Masha's video. I think we should go through it. So the next very important thing that Masha talks about.
And if we then go to this Anuradha, this thing in Scorpio. Oh God, where was it? This star here.
Okay, this star is the J, it's the last leg. The last corner is is this transition that we're doing now. And it's this passage I'll be taking you through, but we've got a black moon on the 26th of the 11th. We've just had a girl killed and, you know, it's not for nothing I've been talking about Amy Winehouse. Winehouse is Virgo, the whore of Babylon. And here we've got now the apparition of this born-again Amy Winehouse. Amy is âme, soul. It's Peau d'Âne, the French film Peau d'Âne with Catherine Deneuve. The skin of the donkey, the last key. This is what I've been talking about. The swastika spin is the 4 keys, the 4 angles. This is them trying to keep us stuck in the 3, in this 13th sign. So again, we've got the head of the dragon on Sirius, the dog star, and she was 29, which is 11, which is the 11th house, 2 and 9. And we have this black moon in Scorpio. The sun has just gone today into Scorpio. And the black moon on this heart of Scorpio that I'm going to be showing you now is on the 26th. So 29 is 26 or 29. And this happened at Villers-Cotterêts, where in my last video I showed you the armistice was signed, the treaty, and you're going to see Masha is now going to explain that this flower in Scorpio is about the treaty. So this was, she was killed in Villers-Cotterêts. This is where I used to live, next to Compiègne, where the armistice was signed. And it's where you have the 3 forests, again, the 369, the LLL, the 3 corners, the 777 of Aleister Crowley. The 3 forests are Compiègne, Chantilly, where the Sun King, who's just been crowned on the 11th, Armistice Day. So the Sun King is Mercury, King of the Jungle, Orange, the orangutan of the Jungle Book. We're going into Oz. This is the people who get stuck in the Zodiac, who don't escape this 13th sign trap. So she was, she's called Eliza, which is like Eliza Doolittle in My Fair Lady. The gypsies run the fun fairs, and lady is just a laddie. And Eliza is also in Rosemary's Baby, the one who says to Mia Farrow that she should consult the Satanist doctor. I'm going to be taking you through all this. Anyway, 93 dogs. Well, there we've got the 39 frozen people, 39, 693 is 63. It's the 369. The 9 is the 9 or the 6. This is the Queen song. This, you know, again, 93. Which makes 12. You've got to need the 12th door spin. DNA tests. We're at Tribe of Dan, Peau d'Âne. Tribe of Dan is the snake. It's the Libra Scorpio house that used to be one. So this happened in the forest. This is where Joan of Arc was killed, was burnt by the English. And we'll go back to Masha, because you're going to join all these dots now with what Masha is saying. So here you've got the J of the Joker. So this is, you know, it's not Scorpio that's about to take the crown, it's Ophiuchus. And so here we go.
We can read the Anuradha Nakshatra in Vedic astrological, which is nestled in Scorpio and is represented by 4 stars in the constellation, ruled by Mitra, the god of friendship. The religion is symbolized by a triumphant arm or lotus flowers. hiding these pictures and so on. The area of the Anuradha Nakshatra is represented in the cosmos by three stars.
Here we have the three again, the three keys. Now listen.
In the scorpion's body and a fourth in his right claw.
Okay, so the last leg, the last corner, the last angle, the last L or J key is the boot. The hangman's boot hangs in Bordeaux here, the 33rd department. Italy is a boot. This is what I'm talking about, the twins. RR, Romanian Republic. We go from Queen Elizabeth, ER, Romanian Empire, to the Fifth Republic, BFG, Big Fucker Giants. This is the takeover of the five-pointed star, Venus.
Presided over by Mitra, the god of friendship, and sometimes sharing the symbol of the triumphant ark with his sister Vishaka. The sector is also represented by a lotus flower.
So also represented by a lotus flower. You just saw Ophiuchus in the 13th sign in the lotus flower. So this is the trap. We're about to be led into the trap. You've got to find that last key in the right claw of ScOrpiO. 3 stars in the scorpion's body and a fourth in its right claw. Right, so the black moon in ScOrpiO is on this right claw on the 26th. And then on Boxing Day, Lord of the Rings, we have the total solar eclipse. Crown of Thorns, Game of Thrones. Not for nothing it was saved at Notre Dame. Remember, Notre Dame is an eye. And I'll be showing you what this eye is in the sky. It's the changing of the longitude, latitudes. It's the Viscapices. It's to get through, it's the Milky Way, where this 13th sign is. It's the galactic center. So, you know, some of us are going to leave this wheel. There's going to be a split for sure. That's what Moses splitting the sea was. It was the red, white, and the green. It's the green man. Anyway, presided over by Mitra, the god of friendship, and sometimes showing the symbol of the triumphant ark. So this is why Joan of Arc was burnt in Compiègne, where this girl has just been killed. Rosemary's baby, Notre Dame has fallen down. This is the end of the ability of the female to be an alchemist, the Virgo, to be the pre-adolescent, the mother, and the old woman is being wiped out. So, now, to finish with this pregnancy, yeah, it's just so... Here we have, I looked for her, I saw her full force, okay, this is again, it's the wheel, it's the 4 fours of the, you know, it's always the star. So I'm sorry, I've just got so much to say, I'm speaking rubbish here. Anyway, but about 30 dogs, so again, we've got the journey of Saturn between 29 and 30 days. She's 29. 13, of course, for the 13th sign. This is all about this. And also the forest is 13,000 hectares. So here we have Villa Cotteret. This is right where I lived. I lived between the forest of Retz and Compiègne. It's also my initial mission anyway. I know very well all these hunts. It's quite incredible how. So don't forget, Sharon Tate was killed, pregnant as well. Roman Polensky, the Roman Empire. I mean, I could just go on and on and on and on and on and on with all the clues. It's just ridiculous. So where am I going to take you now? Let's see here. So we've got the film, The Scorpion King. So The Scorpion King is a 2002 American historical fantasy. So 22, CaTch 22. We're at the CaTch time. 2020 is when, you know, it's the gates to the Black Lodge. It's the passage. We've got the Tempest year to get through. And this is 2020, CaTch 22 coming up. I mean, it could be Orange 369, Orange Communication, 11th House, Scorpio. The line broke, the monkey got choked. It could be some kind of complete blockage. We've just had the copper on YouTube, complete lockdown of all liberty so fast. Or it could be an absolute blackout. We could be going through the passage of the 3 days and 3 nights. Clockwork Orange has to be set off. I was thinking that I think that the war and that there's going to be some kind of mass splits and missing and lots of children restarting different cycles. And I think that the war and everything we've been hearing about the mud flood and reset buttons, I think that the First and Second World War were basically a test run of how you know, how that's, you know, what going through airports is all about. It's training children to watch their parents being stripped down and lined up. For those, you know, we're coming to pop off for sure. Interesting, in the last video too, we picked up that the 13th chakra is in Moscow. Popov was a Russian who invented the radio signal, which is just like the brain's arc, where you merge your right and left, which is what. Let's carry on watching Masha's video.
And if we go to Mitra, Sanskrit Mitra is the divinity of Indic culture whose function changed in time. In the Mitanni inscription, Mitra is involved as one of the protectors of treaties. In the Rig Veda, Mitra appears primarily in...
So, 1111 is the armistice, the signing of the treaty. It was all preparation for this. It's all mirror games to take over this passage into, you know, the true truth and order. You know, where this girl's just been killed in the 3 forests, Villers-Cotterêts, Chantilly, and Compiègne.
On Mitra Varuna, which is essentially the same attributes as Varuna alone, as the principal guardian of Uttara, truth and order. Breaches of which are punished. In the late Vedic texts and the Brahmanas, Mitra is increasingly associated with the light of dawn and the morning sun, while Varuna becomes associated with the evening and ultimately the night. In the post-Vedic texts, in which Mitra practically disappears, Mitra evolved into the patron divinity of friendship, and because he is friend, opposed all violence, even when sacred.
So that's just the 4 corners. North, south, west and east. As in the Bible, there will be no need for the sun and the moon. We're moving out of the wheel. You know, friend is, yes, we're going back into the Twin Peaks. We're going into Aquarius, Capricorn. Friends, we become androgynous again. There's no more of this falling in love, saviors, split, division, and the whole bender transgender agenda. That's for those who stay in the flesh. Now, they have just discovered, and I have to show you this, she was killed by hunting dogs. Now, in the French hunt, you have the French horn. My ex-husband, the day my daughter was born, was the opening, was the 2nd of November, which is the date that this article came out, November, the 11th month, orange. I was dropped off in a horse box at the hospital whilst my husband went hunting. And the horn, they communicate with the French horn still. So horn of the biblical stone was just found on this article was written for the opening of the month of death. And it was found, in addition to its significant archaeological relevance, Shiloh is important for being mentioned in the Bible as being the site of the Jewish tabernacle for 369 years. Here we go, orange, 369, the line broke, the monkey got choked, the horn. And, see, I tried to put, because I haven't been able to keep, so these are just posts I've been doing before I picked up on all this, but this is the Labyrinth, this is the Lord of the Rings, this is the Last Trumpet, okay, this is the Green Man, who was just knighted on the 11/11, this is the armistice was signed in this forest where this girl of 29/11, we've got the black moon on the 26th, see the Labyrinth, here's the Pan God. He's taken over the DNA, the snake, the Sun King. Okay, we've got the solar eclipse on the 26th, Boxing Day. We've got orange, the orangutan, King Louis. Not for nothing that Kate wore a red dress with white lace. Exactly the same dress for the birth of Louis coming out of the hospital that Mio Farrow wore in Rosemary's Baby. Red and white will merge with green. Okay, we're entering Sodom and Gomorrah. The Green Man. Sirius, the dog. Roman Republic. The Green Dragon. 369. 369. And there's the lotus flower. Trapped inside the equality, fraternity, liberty of the whole green movement bullshit. Fire and ice. This is where they're taking us. This is Romulus and Remulus. The twins, the dragon, the red pill, blue pill. They want to keep people stuck in Solomon, sun, moon. There will be no need. Gemini, that's the RRRR with the Gemini sign I just showed you, the Romanian Republic. Here we go. And the RR. So the Labyrinth, here's the Green Man, Pan. So he's always represented by the hunt, by the stag. And in my last video, I took you through Saint Martin de Tours, Saint Martin Fast. Also the same story as Saint Hubert. It's the hunter. Saint Hubert is the story that he asked for the heart of the stag. And this is where this black moon is, in the heart of ScOrpiO in AnTares. The enormous crocodile, Green Man. This is Dundee, enormous crocodile. This is, yeah, the Last Trumpet, 369, orange, Medusa. Petrified, turned to stone. Okay. Jupiter ascending, he's just left ScOrpiO, here's the Green Man and the ring, Lord of the Rings. Okay, let's go back to Masha's video.
The Indo-Iranian common noun means that which causes to bind, Hence, Sanskrit, Mitron, covenant, contract, oath, the protection of which is Mitra's role in both the
Ark of the Covenant. This is what I mean. This is when we merge as one, right, left of our brain. We transmute. We get through this phoenix stage of the rising phoenix. Scorpio is going to take the head, but you've got to come out on top. Got to get past this fake 13th sign trap.
Veda and Mitani Treaty. In post-Vedic India, the noun Mitra came to be understood as friend, one of the aspects of bonding and alliance. Accordingly, in post-Vedic India, Mitra became the guardian of friendship. In most Indian languages, the word Mitra means friend. The feminine form of the word in languages like Mitrani is Maitri. Well, if we're going to have a new sun, a new solar deity that's now stepping into this sign, guys.
Okay, it's not going into Scorpio. We've got the man that sits on the snake, that sits on top of Scorpio. Scorpio was the snake. It was the flying serpent carrying the snake. In normal astrology, and it's happening for Boxing Day. The crowning of Mercury was for the 11/11, and the Boxing Day is the solar eclipse. It's the this is the changing of they're giving the crown of thorns to this fake hero. It's going to be a fake hero.
It's the 8th sign, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that is the sign of transformation. Well, if we're now having a new year born out of the sign of transformation, like they want to call it, or do we have to go back and count in totally different ways, starting here?
Okay. Okay, this is another video to go and see. Scorpius, the Scorpion constellation. And just listen to this girl.
But rather skims the horizon. I'll never forget the first time I saw this constellation when I moved to Hawaii. As soon as I got off the airplane and walked onto the tarmac in Kona, I saw Scorpius in all its glory. And here you can see the shape of the constellation kind of makes a J or a hook-like pattern.
Okay, we've got Captain Hook. This is the J, it's the Joker. This is Captain Hook from Peter Pan. This is the trap. This is the crocodile that swallows time, the clock, Saturn. This is the trap. So she says that you can see this constellation brilliantly from Hawaii. Well, AnTares, here, the brightest star, is, this is why in the last video I was saying, why do they use Hawaii, which is on the same longitude latitude as Mexico, which is the absolute Mexico is from the good, the bad, the ugly, which we're living this year, Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter, all in Sagittarius. Mexico, they're taking over South America because in 2020 we move into Mexico, we move into Capricorn. Capricorn is South America. Aquarius is North America and Capricorn is South America, air and earth. So they use, this is the heart. They say that Hawaii is the heart chakra, so you can see this is just above Hawaii where you get the best view.
But first, let's examine some of the core myths that surround Scorpius. In Greek mythology, Scorpius and Orion are often connected through stories. The common theme is that Orion boasted about his hunting skills and the gods heard him. In one story, Zeus challenged Orion to kill a scorpion. In another story, a scorpion was set.
So this is the confusion. Taurus, Orion is Taurus. it's the Pleiades, it's the fake philosopher's stone, it's Aldebaran, and this is why in the end of the doors he says the West is the best. The West is the beast, it's the East. So this is, you know, he says he has, that's why we've got Ophiuchus sitting on the scorpion. He's trying to kill the female. It's the free martins. It's, you know, the South wants to keep, not let her people to transmute through the life and death portal of her.
Sent to kill him after boasting about his skills. After the battle between the two, Zeus put them in the sky to commemorate the event. This also explains why the constellations of Scorpius and Orion are never seen in the sky at the same time. They are mortal enemies and are meant to be kept apart. In Greek mythology, the tales of Scorpius and Orion can vary, just like many other legends of the stars across cultures. In Hawaiian and Polynesian mythology, we know Scorpius as the fishhook of Maui, the great demigod.
So we're coming out of Pisces. This is the hook. This is the Netflix. This is the fishing. And this explains why this film I'm going to take you to see, Scorpio Rising, the main character, very Polynesian. See, it's all Polynesian. These are the East, the people from the East. Up. Okay.
Many stories that surround this legendary folk hero, and stories of Maui are told on the islands of Hawaii, Samoa, Tonga, New Zealand, Tahiti, and many other island nations. There isn't enough time in this video to review all the stories, but they do have similar themes. Maui is often credited with fishing islands from the sea with his magical hook, discovering the secret to fire making that was certainly useful for humans, and for capturing the sun to lengthen the days for growing food. It is very easy to see how Polynesian visualized a hook in the sky, since this constellation takes that exact shape. Of course, with the release of Disney's Moana movie, the legends of Maui have become more well known. However, it is important to remember that each Polynesian culture has their own version of the legends. I do love that people all over the world are getting more exposure to Polynesian culture because of this movie. But moving on, there are probably many other stories of Scorpius out there, but these are the two I chose to focus on for this video. Now let's review the pattern of this remarkable constellation. Here's an illustration of the pattern of Scorpius, and as you begin to learn this constellation, focus on the hook-like pattern as you connect the stars. Some may also see a J-shaped pattern as well, with the 3 stars that connect with the hook. The pattern of this constellation may vary depending on the source you're looking at, but generally all show this hook-like pattern. Here we are looking at the International Astronomical Union map of this constellation, and hopefully you can see the blue line that passes through this constellation, and that is the ecliptic, or the path of the sun. And you can see, as we mentioned before, that the sun spends very little time in this constellation. And if we zoom up to just get a better view, you can see that this constellation is really littered with many celestial objects, which we'll focus on a little bit later in this video.
So we're passing by Ophiuchus. Ophiuchus, when we won't get to, so this is what we've got to get through Ophiuchus, because it's only at the end of 2020 that we will move, or I can't be sure of the time period, but we're coming into this trap.
So here's our first photograph of Scorpius, and as you take a look at this picture, keep in mind there are multiple constellations in this photo. But as you're looking at it, I want you to focus on the brightest star here, and this is known as AnTares, which is the brightest star in Scorpius and is often dubbed the heart of the scorpion. If you can find...
So the heart, that's what I was saying. This is about CaTch 22, catching our heart, 2022, back to back, makes a heart. And this is why Hawaii, which is the two sides of the electromagnetic spin, it goes right, left, how wow. This is the passage through the eight, through the gates.
Find and identify that bright star. See if you can find the hook pattern that traces along this star. So if we were to take a look at what Scorpius looks like, here is the pattern. You can see AnTares right here, and the hook goes way down here with its little stinger, and then you have the three stars that trace up here, and then this little star right up here is also connected to Scorpius. And notice the patterns in the background. Scorpius is very close to the center of our own Milky Way galaxy, and that's what you're seeing all throughout here. The other constellations you can see or identify are Sagittarius, which is right down here, and this in fact is really just the asterism known as the teapot.
The teapot. Okay, here's your T-Rex, here's the teapot, the Mad Hatter's Tea Party, CaTch 22. This is what we're going to be living. We're passing this eye of the Milky Way, the galactic center. Okay.
Within the larger constellation of Sagittarius, go see that video for more information. And then up here we have Libra. Now Libra is definitely one of those constellations in which its depiction varies from source to source. But here you can see this is the region where Libra is located. And these two constellations were once connected in ancient times.
Okay. They were once connected, and this is something else I'm going to show you. Okay, I've tried to put out as many of the articles. This is a fire we had at Bolton Towers on the day that Jupiter entered Sagittarius. Okay, this is again all around where I live. I literally think where I live is where all this happened. Yeah, that's too big a thing to get into. So this is also very important. This is the film Swept Away that Guy Ritchie did again with Madonna. And it's a film to go and see because it's all about, in the film, there's a shot where in the original Italian film, it shows what's happening to the woman. This is the rich woman on the boat that Madonna plays. You have to go see the original. There is the crab or the Scorpio, the crab or the Scorpio, Cancer, but also a water sign. And this is the end of the female, and you see she's just accidentally, this is just a shot where she looks like she's got her Barack Obama burqa on, and this is like in Kill Bill, this is the beads, the yellow and the black. Maria, where's my coffee? So yeah, this is the woman fallen, and this is what we're walking into. That's written a whole lot about that, explaining that. This is about Sirius, the dog star, which we're not going to get into. These are the Cobra Gypsies. Okay, so here we've got this. Now this is the deer hunter. See, it's all this hunting. You've heard that she just said that Orion, Taurus is the hunter. The film, The Deer Hunter, here we have the end of the Virgin again. Virgin suicides. You've got the 5 Venus pentagram. You know, it's all the end. Here we've got the Black Madonna being paraded in France. This is Bess. Okay, this is what I want to show you. So this is Libra, which is known as Omega. This is the serpent from Aztec nations. It was the flying serpent. You've got the cobra with wings. This is always Libra and Scorpio as one sign. Here you have the eagle, and it's going to drop. This is the time of losing the wisdom. And then they became Adam and Eve, and we became separated. We were no longer androgynous. And the wisdom fell to the floor as a scorpion. Okay, so Scorpio will burn the worst of themselves to rise from the ashes and become a greater, wiser, stronger being. Well, literally, Scorpio is when you become the phoenix. And if you get through what we're about to go through, we can, you know, we would literally, it's death to leave the wheel as we know it, to leave the material realm. We're going back to the Twin Peaks. And that Twin Peaks is a west way, east way, in, out, dawn, dusk. We won't be remaining because the people in this, in this realm are going towards dystopia. And so it's Tribe of Dan. I always found that confusing because it's, sometimes they say it's Scorpio, sometimes they say it's Libra. And there we've got the red, white and green, and we've got white in the middle because white really is the Scorpio in the middle with, and there again, got Ophiuchus sitting on the snake. AnTares, that's when the snake was also, the Scorpio is also known as the eagle. Got the dove. We've had judgment. Those are the scales. Okay. Right, let's go back. To the video.
So here is our next photo of Sagittarius. This is such a beautiful deep sky image, and thank you to David Conklin for offering this photo for the video. And what I want you to focus on here is the bright star that you can find. And if you can find that bright star of AnTares, which is a yellowish color, see if you can find the hook-like shape. Now, of course, the Milky Way really stands out in this photo because it's a long exposure photograph. And you're only going to see the Milky Way if you're in a really dark area where there's very little light pollution. So if we were to point this out, here is where Scorpius is located, and this...
Okay, you see the J, the Joker. This is the new Down Under 10 Downing Street.
Suffix, anti meaning against, and Aries meaning Mars. It literally means the rival of Mars.
So AnTares comes from anti against and Ars Mars. Mars rules Scorpio and Aries. So this is where that energy of Alpha comes from, and Taurus is ruled by Venus like Libra. So we've got a new Libra Omega. Alpha Omega with these two, AnTares and Mars, often called the heart of the scorpion. So yeah, we've seen that. It's 604 light years away. Well, there you've got the 64 again. Now, yeah, you see the that's Ophiuchus. Let's see, Ophiuchus. I want to share Uranus's mirror. You see here. Oh, sorry, it's so long. Okay, for the cards, these cards were brought out. We have to see it here, up. I've done a video all about this mirror and coming through. I wasn't picking it up as clearly, but I've already been through. So the 32nd card, 32nd state of grace, it's where I live again. This card is the Hydra constellation. Now the Hydra constellation, take you to Stellarium. Yes, that's very important. Okay, so when Leo opposite Aquarius are going to take the new equinox, that means that each corner of the sky changes up. The Hydra snake, this is impossible, I'm sorry. This is what trying to make a video is like now. Okay, at last. So Uranus's mirror is a set of 32 astronomical star chart cards. It was first published in November, 11th month, of course. They are illustrations based on Alexander Celestial Atlas. So this is the Hydra snake, and it's the 32nd card. And can I open up? So where's everybody gone? Up. Typical. Okay. Okay, so the Hydra snake is here, which they've used in Uranus's mirror as the 32nd card. And this is taking over Cancer, Leo, Solomon, and Virgo. So the new East is going to be Regulus, the four stars. Regulus opposite Aquarius, Fomalhaut, is going to become the West East. And you see here we've got Ophiuchus right on top of the star AnTares, where the sun is right now, which will become opposite Aldebaran. So here we have Orion's belt. This is why Sirius is so important, because Sirius is right underneath this Orion's belt. This is where the head of the snake is right now, and the tail of the snake is right where all this is going on in Sagittarius, bang, by AnTares, right opposite. You see, AnTares is opposite Sirius. So this snake, the Hydra snake, is going to be the new West here, Regulus, and this snake has been used as that 32nd card. So this is the state of grace. Yeah, so you see this snake here becomes the bearer of the snake here, but it's a never-ending waging war when the true snake is here, held by the true water bearer, the holder of the lamp. Follow the lamp, when this is going to be the new equinox here, Fomalhaut opposite Regulus, where this Hydra snake is. And they've taken this snake and they've put it here for this fake Hercules hero. Okay, where's it's right on top of the dragon. This is the dragon. as eaten by the snakes. It's the fake hero. So this is what's going on right now. We've got, we're the 11th, 23rd, the sun is still in Libra, and it's up, it's in another hour, it's going to hit into Scorpio, and it's coming up. So then we've got the 25th, the 26th, we've got the sun, and where's the moon? Here's the moon. We're going to have this black moon. Okay, and at the same time, we've got Jupiter conjunct to Venus in Sagittarius, and we've got Mercury in full visibility now, moving forwards, not completely full. We've still got Mars in Virgo with the Whore of Babylon, and so on the 29th, oh my God, that's the day. This is the day, sun. So she was killed, 29 years old, in the forest by the hunting dogs, the French horn in the three forests. So this is where the last key is. The last key is in this right claw. So the black moon is when you've got to find that key, that last key, and we're moving into the 3 here for the 29th. Okay, so this is what's happening, and this is all the big number 13 for this sign, which is the one they want to herald as the Baphomet, the new king, the green dragon. There's the green dragon just above. It will turn to stone. Okay, so we come back to the Scorpion King film. So is a prequel of the Mummy franchise, which acts as a prologue and takes place before the events of the Mummy, and tells the story of Matthias and his rise to become the legendary Scorpio's king. The events of the Scorpion King take place 5,000 years before the events of the Mummy, revealing Matthias' origins and his rise to power as the legendary hero, the Scorpion King. So this is Ophiuchus taking over the role, and this is what we're living. So what's interesting in this, before the time of the pyramids, a horde of warriors from the east, led by the ruthless Memnon, well, we've got Momo, we've got the MMNN, which is the wicked Westway, and Mary Magdalene, or the Wicked Witch, or Momo, MMNN. So this is the big baddie, who by their law, he's running the east and the west, okay, who by their law is king for being their greatest fighter, invades and conquers the local tribes. His many victories come from the help of a sorcerer who predicts the outcomes of battles, leaving only a few tribes to oppose him. So you have to come and read all this. But this is the true king is Saturn, known as Balthazar. Balthazar is one of the 3 kings that go to see Jesus. But this sorcerer is called Cassandra. So, and she is the famous story from the song from ABBA, and the song ABBA, by the way, is ABBA, which is 1221, which is the date of the Great Conjunction in 2020 of the true passing into the Twin Peaks. And they did a song, Cassandra, but so that you just remember who Cassandra is. Cassandra, or Cassandra, also known, sometimes called Alexandra, well, those cards were made by a guy called Alexandra, was a woman in Greek mythology cursed to utter true prophecies, but never to be believed. In modern usage, her name is employed as a rhetorical device to indicate someone whose accurate prophecies are not believed. Well, this is what's happening in CaTch 22 now. Nobody listens to us, and all truth is going to be shut down. YouTube is shutting down big time. We've had our 8-year period from 2012 to now is the loop. It's 8 years from 2012 to now. Cassandra was reputed to be the daughter of King Priam and Queen Hecuba of Troy. The older and most common versions state that she was admired by the god Apollo, who sought to win her with the gift to see the future. According to Shiloh, she promised him her favours, but after receiving the gift, she went back on her word and refused the god. The enraged Apollo could not revoke a divine power, so he added to it the curse that though she would see the future, nobody would believe her prophecies. In other sources, such as Hyginus and Pseudo-Apollodorus, Cassandra broke no promise. The powers were given to her as an enticement. When these failed to make her love him, Apollo cursed Cassandra to always be disbelieved in spite of the truth of her words. So, a little bit like Sleeping Beauty, some later versions have her falling asleep in a temple where the snakes licked or whispered in her ears so that she could hear the future. Okay, so this is exactly what we've got here. So the Achaeans managed to sneak into Menum's camp, but are ambushed by his guards, having been tipped off by Takmet, who killed his own father and defected to Menum's side. So there's Jupiter, Takmet, who killed his own father and went off with Menun. Jezub and Rama are hit by arrows. Well, that will be Rahu and Ketu, the head and the tail of the snake. And Matthias manages to sneak into the sorcerer's tent, where he sees that the sorcerer is actually a sorceress, Cassandra. Matthias is ambushed and meets Menun, and who executes Jezub in front of him. Okay, so this will be the south and the north nodes. Cassandra warns Menun against killing Matthias, saying the gods wish him to survive the night, and defying them will incur their wrath and cost him his victories. So you go and read this story. But somebody told me on a post about this, and they were talking about turning the destroying of the woman again. Which is basically everything is about destroying the woman, where in order for the world to decay, you have to get her. And this is the sterilization, Mars, the red, empty, sterile, barren planet, is what they're doing to ScOrpiO, ruled by Mars. Okay, and this is everything that I'm trying to explain to you. I think we're going to finish off with Masha's video, but yes, ScOrpiO is going to be the new solstice opposite Taurus, which has been for the elites. They've always used already Taurus and ScOrpiO as our west-east. They've told us that ScOrpiO is the west and the west was the east because they've got the wheel the upside down, but we're going on to the new equinox, which is Aquarius opposite Leo. That's going to be the new west and east, and that's how we escape the wheel. We don't want to get trapped, as is being tried to be done here in this lotus flower, which is the flat Fibonacci 5-pointed star, when this is an eternal movement. We're not meant to get stuck, we're meant to get through this gateway. But effectively, for me, this is the end of the material wheel. We will be above astrology, we will know ourselves. Okay, going back to Masha's video. Yeah, they don't want Cassandra to speak in any way. Here we go. Okay, let's go.
somewhere there's a big model here, right? But we're all looking here because on the long count the sun is going backwards into that age. But how does that affect us? It affects us. Of course, we're having a new year. The new year begins in a different sign, a different radiation, a different influence. Well, I like what I'm hearing here about friendliness and friendship.
Okay, so basically this new Messiah is this fake 13th sign. We've got Boxing Day, Lord of the Rings, Lord of the Flies, Momo, Mohammed, and we're being, ScOrpiO is playing the East. Where have we got the Zodiac wheel? Oh. Okay. So we're going to be coming in this area here, and what is going to happen is there going to be, like in Sleeping Beauty, a period of some kind of sleep, some kind of passage, some kind of pop-off. I would imagine that this period is a short period. Is it, is the official entry in 21/12/2020 for the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction in Capricorn? So that will mean that Capricorn will be Aquarius becomes, it must mean this period, because Aquarius will become the new solstice. But maybe this passage of Capricorn is going to be the period that we're stuck here. So when Aquarius takes the correct equinox, this is the twin age. It will be ScOrpiO and Libra who will be at the top. ScOrpiO, Libra, and Libra will be opposite Aries, and ScOrpiO will be opposite Taurus. So we're completely in, it's Mars, Venus. So we've got ScOrpiO, Taurus, Mars, and Mars, Venus, Mars, Venus. So the twin peaks, Aquarius, Capricorn, will be on the equinox opposite Leo and Cancer. So we'll have Leo, Cancer here, Aquarius, Capricorn here, and above the solstice is ruled uniquely by Mars and Venus. This is the real merging, this androgynous coming back, because we were separated with Mars and Venus, ScOrpiO and Libra. This is what I'm coming, this is, my whole new shift of thinking, because I've just had this image of the twin peaks on the solstice, but, it's obviously it's not. We're going from Pisces to Aquarius, and I have said this, but then I was always thinking about this solstice line. It's going in the other direction. So Aquarius, Capricorn here, Leo, the west door is Leo, Cancer. So we're going to have Saturn and Saturn ruling Capricorn and Aquarius here. No more need for the sun and the moon, because we would have escaped. We come out of the wheel. The sun and the moon will be merging when all these signs. So for me, this is really the end of the wheel, because as soon as we learn this knowledge again, we're no longer prisoners of the circle, the cercueil. The cercueil is the coffin in French. We're not going down under into Oz. We're not going to become stuck. We become the 13th sign. But we have to get through this invisible 12th door to get through the deceits. and the lies and the everything that has been hidden to us, to find this wisdom of the snake, to not be in this eternal war of this hero fighting. You know, this is communism, this is socialism. You have to go and watch the film Swept Away, not the Madonna version, but the original Italian version. Politically, everything is said. Everything about this transfer that is going on, they want to squash the Scorpio. She's female. This is Mars in its female energy. This is sexual transmutation. We should have transmuted the wheel. This is the rising of the phoenix. We explode from the wheel. So everything is pointing to this, you know, this showing us, you know, for me, this is Amy Winehouse. It's exactly the same eyes. I mean, this is exactly like how David Bowie introduced his death as a record producer. Princess Diana still flaunting around with boyfriends as David Furnish. I mean, these people are just actors. And they're taking us to the farm. Old MacDonald had a farm. I mean, this is, if you're locked in the zoo, dystopia is when we become animals again, when you've got no more connection to spirit. You're just in the flesh. Okay, there'll probably be a second part to this. I'm sending you lots of love. I'm going to be putting, I've got a special offer on my site for readings until Christmas. Any first readings with me. Normally a first natal readings at €80. I put them at 60. All other 1 hour readings are 60. And 3-part Trinity readings, you get 3 hours for 150. But you can see all that on my site. I'll put it below. And I'll be putting all the links. All my love, darlings. Bye.